This video is going to look at commercialisation with a focus on the positive and negative impacts of technology in sport. So before we start, we're going to have a quick look at some of the technological developments in sport. So sport uses far more technology now than it ever used to. If you think about action replays, third umpires, use of microphones for referees so we can hear what they're saying in rugby, there's far more technology being used in sport now than there ever was. Technology is used by performers, coaches, officials, and all of it's used to help improve performance. It's also used to help improve the spectator's experience of the game. And overall, that should improve the sport as a whole. And technology can slow the speed of the game, but it can also make the game far more enjoyable, like when you're waiting for a correct decision. So in tennis, where you've got Hawkeye, where you see the ball about to hit the line, and whether it's in or out. Even though it slows down the game, it does make it a bit more enjoyable. The crowd start cheering when that's happening. Same with television match officials in rugby, whether there was a try or not. And you can see it. The whole crowd are going, ooh, just as they're about to cheer whether it comes up there with a try or not, or whether it was in and out. And it makes it a little bit more enjoyable. Now, we're going to look at the positive impacts of technology on the performer. So like last time, we're going to look at the performer, the sport, the officials, sponsors, and how all of these help. So for a performer, it should help improve their performance. Their health and fitness should be measured more accurately. Injuries should be treated better. They can use heart rate monitors to measure their training intensities, pedometers to see steps, GPS and body fat monitors to measure their fitness levels. Everything should help improve their performance. They've also got computer software to help monitor nutrition and their fitness. So what they're eating can be inputted, their current fitness levels, their fitness test scores, how far they've run in matches, can all be inputted into computer software to help them understand their fitness levels that bit more. And also to improve safety. Think about helmets in sport, body protection in cricket and hockey. All of this understanding in technology has helped improve their ability to stop getting injured. It also helps with rehabilitation. So now we've got ice baths after events to help reduce muscle soreness, oxygen tents to simulate being at altitude, hyperbaric chambers as well. So there's an awful lot of different technology to help performers develop their levels of fitness. There's also more positive aspects, like the equipment. If you look at the clothing, the equipment, the footwear that everybody uses, it's all improved. In cycling, swimming now, you've got the full body costumes to help them become more aerodynamic. You've got lighter composite tennis rackets, whereas they used to be quite heavy, now they're lighter so you can get more of a swing, putting more power into your shots. You've also got prosthetics that have improved for disabled athletes. If you look at some of the blades now, they've all been ergonomically designed so that performers can get more out of their prosthetic limbs and produce faster time than running. We've also got new technology for giving feedback to athletes through DVD. Their performance can be recorded and then shown to the athlete where they can break it down and see different stages of their movement. And software after match analysis, you're able to auto-analyse your opponent's strengths and weaknesses. You get a whole team in a room, watch your opponent, pick out their strengths, weaknesses, and you can make tactical adjustments to your team based on their strengths and weaknesses. However, there are negative impacts of technology on the performer. So firstly, it costs a lot of money. If you want to try and stay up to date with the latest technology in sport, it can have large costs to the performer. Also, the performer's never alone. They know that their own performances will be viewed for their own strengths and their weaknesses by opposition. So they need to account for that when they're training and preparing for a match. Technology can also be used to improve performance, which we said was great. But if you're analysing performance all the time and you're training more often because you've got more to work on as a result of that, it could lead to increases in injury and potentially shorter careers because of overtraining. Also, there's been large developments in technology which result in cheating. If you look at performance-enhancing drugs, they've been developed and used simply as a form of technology to improve performance. And also, other forms of technology have been used to help athletes' feet, such as electric motors being fitted inside of racing bikes to help improve their performance. So although technology is great, it can be used to help performers cheat. We've also got positive and negative impacts of technology on sport itself. So sport has had to accommodate changes in technology. So it's got great things like analysis of performance. Coaches can now provide better feedback to athletes in sport. And also we've got greater accuracy in timing, in distances, especially in events like athletics. We're far more specific now with our timings. And refereed umpires are allowed to make better decisions using Hawkeye, for example, in tennis, to make more accurate decisions and make things that bit fairer. So sport overall has improved due to technology. We've also got better equipment, clothing and software, again, developing and enhancing sport. And overall, giving viewers that better experience. It does have disadvantages to sport as well. It becomes a bit of an unequal playing field where the best technology will always win. And countries who are the richest and can afford the best technology will be the countries that go on to win more medals at major games and become more successful. So it's a little bit unfair in that respect. And also, the time for off-field decision making can be quite frustrating for teams. If you're waiting to see whether your team has scored a try, that used to be made by a referee split decision and the game would continue. Now you've got a period of waiting. And for sports teams and coaches, that can become quite frustrating. You've also got positive and negative impacts for officials. So the positive for officials are that technology has helped them make correct decisions. The TMO in rugby allows you to tell whether a try has occurred or not. Hawkeye, you're not relying on your own opinion now. You're relying on specific technology telling you if it was in or out, which has led to far less criticism for the officials. And their communication has also improved, between their communication with athletes, their communication with spectators. In rugby games now that are televised, spectators can hear what the referee is saying to players. So you get that bit more communication between why they've made the decision, and the spectators can start to understand what they're doing. And teams are able to appeal decisions. So in tennis now, if you think a shot was out or was in, but it was called out, then you can appeal that decision and use technology to help you and help the officials. However, it does have negatives. It does slow down decisions. We become a bit over-reliant on technology. Every decision in a football match, for example, could be made using technology, which would slow the game down drastically. And also, the cost involved. Not all sports teams and individuals can afford the latest technology. So the FA would have to pay for officials to have all these different forms of technology in place, which has an impact on the overall costing of running officials. Well, when we're looking at spectators, there are positives. Spectators get an increased experience if technology is there. We've got more cameras, we've got more sports, we're closer to the action, we've got a better viewing experience. Technology will also help with all weather pitches. So now we can see games no matter what the weather. We get to see more matches, we can see more improved skills because players aren't going to be bogged down by mud or wet pitches anymore. And the spectators have a more interactive experience, because we can now hear referees what they're saying. Some games you can see what the referee sees on the ref cam in rugby. So you get a little camera on their chest, you can be right involved in the experience. For sponsors, there are positives and negatives as well. For the sponsors, it's great. The more cameras there are, the more technology in that way, the more their logo is going to be seen. The more sales they have, the more profit they're going to make. However, if there are more injuries, if there's cheating being seen, if the team's always losing and they're being shown on TV losing, that can affect sponsors because their product gets associated with that dip in performance.